Welcome back to the Colts cast. I am Eric Smith, and alongside me, as always, is Jamal Lawrence, your
Yo.
host of the Colts cast. Jamal, how are we doing today?
Not too bad. We're doing good, man. We're doing good.
Let's
How
talk
about you?
some Colts football.
Let's
Let's
get it.
talk it. What do you want to talk about? I
Mm.
know not Jacoby Brissett. I'm gonna bring this up every
I,
single.
I know, man. It's crazy to me. Jacoby, it's a dog.
It's,
Let's have some fun today. Let's talk about some good, some bad, some things we need to see for some players
yeah,
who may have some interesting outtakes this year or outcomes this year.
because as always, we are hyped for the Indianapolis Colts, the new season. I mean, no matter what happens, I think we were hyped when Matt Ryan was here. We were hyped when Carson Wentz was
Yeah.
here. Yeah, we were just ready for some football to come back.
I'm not gonna lie, dog. At that when Matt Ryan went, I went to a training camp that day. I I made my way to the front of the line to get pictures of like him and JT and all this other stuff when they were talking to the crowd, getting crazy hype. Little did I know, holding that microphone was going to be the highlight of his career here.
Yeah, that was a good time for him to retire after that.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's talk about breakout players. So, you know, every year there's always a breakout player, whether it's on the Colts or another NFL team. It's always somebody who just jump starts, just breaks out and kills it, and they deliver for that season. And we have three Colts players that we believe will break out in the 2025 NFL season. Jamal, who we starting with?
Before we start with them, y'all know the drill. Hit that like and subscribe button. Drop a comment below. Let us know what three players you think may have a breakout year. Whether you agree with ours or disagree. I think that I personally think that our three players we picked have some things to prove this year. So I think that that they have to have a breakout year essentially. But let us know what you think and who if there's somebody else. But I think the one we got to start off with the most is just the biggest elephant in the room. I think the one that we all know well, Mr. Anthony Richardson.
Mr. Anthony Richardson. You want me to start?
Yeah, go ahead, talk to him.
Man,
tired.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of a little tired. No,
Man had to work today.
oh man, no, I gotta work tomorrow. But look, in all seriousness, I did watch Anthony Richardson highlights. Watched him 2 days in a row. I had to see like the elite upside. I ain't gonna lie to you. I got hype. I traded for him in my Dynasty Fantasy Football League. Like that's how into him I am now. I've sold myself on him. He's gonna be starting week 1, Jamal.
Ooh,
he's gonna be starting. He's gonna be starting week 1. I don't believe that Daniel Jones was brought in to be the QB1. I think he was brought in to be a wake-up call to our QB1, which is Richardson. Look, Pandora's box is already open. You can't go back to 2023 and start Gardner Minshew for half the season or the whole season and let Richardson sit for a portion of it. He's your starter for the franchise for the future, or until he regresses this season. Like it's one or the other. And for us to see that, he has to play. And I think he starts week 1. I think the flashes of upside are impossible to gloss over. Everyone is preying on his downfall outside of Colts fans, select Colts fans. I think we've had a couple Colts fans in the comments. They preying on his downfall. They're ready for him to be out. But look, I'm not asking for a lot to have a breakout season here. If Richardson can increase his completion percentage by like 8 to 10%, I think he ascends. Like for real. Let's be honest here. We don't pass the ball too much. We're a run first offense. If you know that means he's throwing the ball 25 times a game, right, Jamal?
Mm-hmm.
All I'm asking for is 2 to 3 more accurate passes per game. Like that's how far down he is in the abyss in the completion percentage range where that's all it would take. So like maybe on a 3rd and 7 he throws an absolute dart and that puts us in the red zone where we can get some points, or that 5-yard quick out route, just hit it with laser precision. Drives get extended, points are more merrier, like I said, and the defense isn't on the field 75% of the time. So listen, I think if you're a Colts fan, you want Anthony Richardson to be that guy to break out. We know what Daniel Jones is. We don't know what Richardson is yet. So if Richardson has actually improved his footwork in the offseason like he said he did, I'm expecting a true breakout for this guy.
I mean, We all hope for that breakout. I think it's pretty simple. I think it's ball out or bust for him at this point because we all know what's on the line. Everyone in that building knows what's on the line, from the coaching staff to the players to the front office. I mean, everyone knows their jobs on the line, including Richardson. And unless he plans on being a backup for the foreseeable future, he's got to go bananas this year. I really think he does. And like you said, I think you encompassed it well. That completion percentage, just a couple more passes every single week, or excuse me, every single game. It just has to happen. I don't know, again, because like you said, we've seen flashes, we've seen this, we've seen that. Flashes for me, again, are a touchy subject. It's hard for me because I don't get too hype on flashes, because everybody in life has a flash of something great. I mean, how many times have you like done a trick shot throwing something into your trash can? You're like, dang, that was wild, but you could probably never do it again. You know what I mean?
But Daniel Jones ain't throwing it 70 yards off his back foot to Alec Pierce.
Agree, but that's just a one-off.
Daniel Jones ain't throwing a defensive tackle, a nose tackle off his shoulder and running it for a first down. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. That's the ceiling that Daniel Jones cannot hit, and we all know that. And I get it. Yo, I know we use the word flashes a lot, but like, come on, bro. Like, if he can fix those low lights up, I'm just saying.
I agree.
Potential is there. The
potential was 110% there, and of course, the ball's in his court at this point. Everybody knows that. He knows that, and I hope he's made the right moves on and off, or in and out of the building, and on and off the field this offseason to get him in that position, because I'm sure he knows he can do it. The players around him thinks he can do it. The coaching staff thinks he can do it. But Daniel Jones was brought in for a reason. That competition, Riley Leonard was brought in for a reason. A little bit of competition as well. Call it what you want with him. We don't know what any of these guys are going to bring to the table. So I hope that Richardson understands, like we've said over and over before, this is his job to lose. I do think that he may have left the door open a little wider than he would have liked to for a Daniel Jones and company. But with that being said, you can always push the door back closed, and it's going to start once they get back in the building. Now, I heard a couple of things they're talking about, them going back and forth between, week by week reps and, or QB1 reps and all this stuff. So I really think it's going to come down to, one person playing that preseason game start, and the next one going to be that preseason game start, and so on and so forth. But I don't know if we're going to get our real answer before week one. I got a feeling Colts the coach staff is going to make us wait until like Saturday of week one before we know who the official starter is, because you know how they roll, man. It's going to be kept secret in-house until then, no matter who's showing out.
Hey, that's how we get ratings for the Colts, like that. Well,
you're
for
right.
TV,
you're right.
But that's how. I mean, you saw the Steelers QB camp last year. There was a lot of focus and effort by ESPN and other news outlets just towards that for training camp. I mean, it would help shine the light on the Colts. But week one, I'm thinking Richardson, unless he somehow got hurt, because I just don't know, man. I don't see it.
He's got to. But let's keep it rolling.
Let's keep it rolling. Like, because if he doesn't, nah, chill. Hey, look, who's next on our bucket list?
Let's talk about a young guy on the offensive side of the ball. Let's keep it offense here for this one, Mr. A.D. Mitchell, Adonai Mitchell. Let's talk about him for a second.
Why do you think he's gonna break out?
Because he didn't do much last year, so he doesn't have a choice but to break out. I don't want to be the Debbie Downer, but I just wanted to pull up some hard numbers for us to see, and just a quote from him too as well, because I think I think that it helps encompass kind of what goes on for these guys too. We're talking about a guy who, when he was at Texas, he was that guy. Like, he was that guy. And he said, during an interview at the end of the season, he said, "I've never been a professional before this. This is my first year." So he's gone from having to be that top dog to being, low-hanging fruit, pretty much, or the bottom of the barrel for us in that wide receiver room. Not a knock against him, but when you have Pittman, Pierce, who had a killer year, JD, who was balling out too, it's hard for him to get in there. Pierce beat him out. It's just that simple. It was just that simple. And I say that because Mitchell caught 45.1% of his targets. Obviously, that's not all on him. We know there were some inaccurate balls that were thrown to him as well, but that's wild, especially when you think about it. He had a 14.8% drop rate, and he was the only Colts receiver that was under 50% in that drop rate. Or excuse me, it was only one below 50% of his catches. And then last but not least, his catch rate was -14, which just essentially means that he caught 14% below the amount of expected catchable passes that were to him. So I say all that to say, it really is only up for him for here. He has to get back on the field, be a pro, understand that this isn't college anymore. There are other players around you, and understand that, like you mentioned earlier, we were a run heavy team last year. So this is one of those things where every once in a while, when you get a chance to be on the field for those passes, that you got to get out there and ball out. And I think that he will understand that. He will develop into a better player this year because he knows himself too. If he doesn't do it, he's not going to see that much PT on the field. Because we have other weapons around us. So I think that he'll be a sneaky, quiet one who's going to come out this year a little more aggressive than he did last year, and have an impressive season.
You have to think with the addition of Tyler Warren, man, he may have even less opportunities. But like he had a rocky rookie season, man. Rocky rookie season for AD Mitchell. I mean, from route finishing inconsistencies and the notion that he was frightened to get hit to that double pass trick play.
I wasn't going to talk about that stuff, but you brought it up.
Interception right against the I mean, you're right, Jamal. I mean, he can easily rise. I think I would say regression to the mean, but we don't have a mean on AD Mitchell right now. But he faced an up and down season. But I think Colts Nation would be shooting themselves in the foot if they gave up on the talented wideout. I think, adjusting to the NFL can take time, and we need to give people time. We can't just write people off. I mean, there's a lot of people who take – it's just not like, oh, your rookie season is your make or break year. That's not how it is. People are still – like Kyle Pitts' 5th year, they're predicting a breakout for him. Like it happens, man. But AD Mitchell was incredible versus man coverage, and there were countless times where he got open. So 1-on-1, like he's beating his guy most of the time. Just the way he moves on his routes at his size is outstanding, to say the least. And he's inconsistent, just like AR. I'd put him side by side on their inconsistencies, but let's be honest. The flashes, I love this word. You love this word, Jamal. I would say the upside for him is a future wide receiver 1 on this team. If he can put it on, if he can put it all together, that's what he projects as. If he hits his ceiling, I think the low lights project him as just a depth player, because like there were a lot of things going wrong with him last season. I know he had inconsistent quarterback play, but man, there were a lot of things pointed out by a lot of fans, a lot of analysts, things like that. He just didn't have a great rookie season. That doesn't mean he can't improve. If he cleans up his drops, like you said, he plays with some more physicality this year. I think year 2, along with some improved QB play that we're predicting, I think Mitchell can have a great year relative to his rookie season.
I think he can too, but man, that wide receiver 1 ceiling.
Oh, definitely. That's what he got drafted for. You get drafted in the 2nd round.
I agree.
Look, I'm just saying, go watch that game. I forget who it was against Alabama.
When he was with Texas or Georgia?
Texas. Okay. Yeah, I think so. Go watch that game, and that's all you need to see. But that's when he actually put it all together. But anyway, I think we forget, like, this guy's the prototypical size. He's a finesse route run. Like he does a lot of things really well. So you cut down on the drops. I don't know, man. Like if they let Michael Pittman walk, it's just like hey, look, I'm just talking real, bro.
I like it.
He runs like a 4.3. Bro, all right, let's keep going.
Well, here, last thing I'll say about that. No, I want to hear it because you know how I feel about that, because the game MPJ wasn't in. I think that was the game where Mitchell had like his career year. Obviously, I know he's a rookie, but he had his best game of the season. I think he had like 6 catches for like 70-something yards or something funky like that. And that was a game where MPJ was out for that back injury, I believe. So, I mean, yeah, you're right. The proof's in the pudding. I think if he could excel, he could be out there. And I think that maybe the Colts should utilize him and on the field more, or at least if he's going to be on there, give him some more targets. Give him the targets he needs so he can break that fear of getting hit or drop balls or whatever it is going on.
He needs to get over that himself. But
I agree.
You're right, Jamal. He did have 6 targets, 6 receptions against Buffalo for 71 yards. I mean, yeah, that was his best game.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So, hey, he's saying get MPJ out of here and then let.
No, I didn't
That's what I
say that. I
heard.
said
That's what
if
I.
they So, well, I will say this room's getting a little crowded. So if
It
Tyler
is.
Warren is going to be a weapon, Alec Pierce is going to be a weapon, Josh Downs is going to be a weapon, Michael Pittman's going to be a weapon, AD Mitchell, like the Bengals already had a hard time with T. Higgins, Jamar Chase getting paid at the same time.
Agreed.
How are you telling me all those guys are going to stay in? Nah,
Nah,
fam.
I say don't pay MPJ, but that's my personal
Hey,
favorite.
that's another. Hey,
Yeah, that's another episode.
that's another episode. We know you hate Michael Pittman. Who's our
I-
last player to break out?
Oh, we're gonna take it to your boy.
You hate Michael Pittman. We know
Never
it's not going to be
said
Michael
that.
Pittman. Who's it going to be?
Oh yeah, he'll have to have
Go to the
100 catches
defense,
for
man.
1,000 yards. All right, anyway.
This is a fan favorite right here.
Yeah, it's a fan favorite and Eric favorite. Laiatu Latu, talk to him.
Eric favorite.
Yeah,
I mean, I do like Latu. I think he was overshadowed a lot last year. Year 2 is Latu's year to step it up. I feel like, we heard a lot of Jared Verse with the Rams. We heard a lot of Quinyon Mitchell, both outstanding rookie seasons. I believe Jared Verse won Defensive Rookie of the Year. But, if you're not a Defensive Rookie of the Year candidate, you're a bust, right? No, you're not. But that's what y'all say, man. That I think Latu's underlying metrics were pretty good. He had 38 total pressures with around a 54% total snap count. I think that's great in my opinion as a rookie. Like he's not playing on every single down, guys. I think I even looked at versus snap count. I mean, he had like 20% more snaps. So he had more time.
I think he had like 90 pressures too, but I don't want to. I shouldn't throw that out there.
He had 90 pressures.
Pretty sure he had like 89
y'all
90
just
pressures.
you a Rams fan today, huh?
Nah, I'm just saying.
Yeah, you need to go.
Pretty sure his numbers were wild.
Man, hey, chill. This is this is a Latu break now, man.
No, I just had to throw it out there.
Not to mention, he forced 3 fumbles. I think that's awesome. Yes, I wish the sack numbers were higher. He only had 4, but we need to just like I said about AD Mitchell, we need to actually let guys develop in this league and be patient. So I think Latu, I think he'll have the opportunity this year. I think Dowd Dangbo leaving, his departure will create some opportunities. I think Samson Ibukam recovering from a torn Achilles. I don't think he's gonna. They said he's expected to be cleared by training camp, of course, cleared to play, but I don't know if he's going to get that same run. He's another year or 2 older. It's just, we'll see. But I think with Latu entering his year 2, with all that behind him, I think he's primed for a breakout in 2025.
Yeah, he definitely can. Just to confirm, Verse had 77 during the regular season, and then he got 12 during that playoff time. So he ended with 89. So yeah, he was eating.
But so you had in playoffs.
Yeah, we didn't get to the play. We wouldn't know about that. We haven't been there in years.
I'm only comparing regular season. That's all I can compare it to.
because we
weren't
can't
there.
get to the playoffs.
That's apples and oranges, bro.
All right, 77 then. 77 is what he had.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. It's pretty.
He had like 200, 300 more snaps though, right?
Hey, listen. Could that have been Gus Bradley's fault? We're gonna find out this year. Could have been Latu's fault. We're gonna find out this year. We're gonna find out. But no, I do think Latu definitely he has the ability. Hopefully he has the drive to get out there. I know he wants to mentally, but can he get out there physically and just do what he needs to do to dominate? I think that's going to be something to show for us coming up here this season. And like I mentioned, hopefully with the change of a defense coordinator, that'll help get him on the field a little bit more. Because I think that matters a lot. But thinking about Latu, yeah, I watched some film on him for that Lions game versus oh man, why am I blanking on the O lineman's name? Oh my gosh, the Lions O lineman's name. Goodness, I'm blanking on it.
Is it Panay?
Yeah, Panay. Yeah, Panay. Jeez, I don't know. I was blanking on that. Yo. Yeah, and I know Panay Sewell is an all-pro, but like that's a great film to look at when you think about an all pro going against a rookie, because you can see where Latu has things to learn. And if I was him, I would go back and watch the films like that over and over and over, because you can see how to dominate. Because when Sewell wasn't in the game and there was another, only for a couple of plays, but there's another offensive lineman in there, he looked great. He was able to get around and cause some damage. But when Sewell was in there, he wasn't doing that much. And so I think that that's a
Mm.
situation where you get in there, you learn how to get better by what's going on against these all pro guys. Because to get to that level, I'm not saying he's ever going to be a Myles Garrett or TJ Watt or so on and so forth, but or Aiden. But to get to that level, you have to develop from the best players, from these Larry Tonsils, from these Souls, and all these guys like that. So going back and watching your film to see how I can elevate my game from that and focus more on my bull rush or my hand technique, or or my angles to get around the line, that's going to help bring him up. Don't just only go back and look at the highlights of him dominating, because you want to encompass the full picture of it. And I think Latu has the mindset to. Hopefully, this year, with knowing that there's some with Samson coming back and JTT being out there as well, he thinks about the fact that Kwity Paye is going to be on a contract deal for us this upcoming season. So he has an opportunity to get out there and dominate and basically earn his role, to get someone like Paye out of the building, because we can say, wow, do we need to pay Kwity Paye when we got Latu who can come in there and dominate for us as well. So I think that Latu definitely has the tools. He just has to open that bag up and figure out what's in it, and hopefully Luke can bring that new umph to him for this upcoming season. He can have that breakout year.
And one thing that I think people don't talk about is he played all 17 games, man.
Mm-hmm.
And there was that injury scare that, where he quit football. Doctors told him you can't play again. I think that was one of the reasons why he fell in the draft. And just the fact that he played every single game, I think is awesome. But I really thought you hated Laiatu Latu, because I know they didn't take Brian Thomas Jr. You were sick to your stomach because Brian Thomas Jr. fell to the Jaguars at the number 23 overall pick. So,
listen, I just think that
it'd be like that sometimes.
I think that never mind. That's a different story for a different day too.
Yeah, he's about to talk about Ballard.
I just think that BD Ballard over here, he just thought he was going to pull a fast one because he didn't get the guy he wanted in Brock Bowers. So he said, "Oh, we'll just go for the best defensive player in the draft," and I put that in air quotes because that's what he said. Or the best of So
and we might have got him. We might have got it. Let's give him a year or two.
Let's do it. I'm all about
a year or two more. Y'all quick to judge after 1 year.
So I see. So we should go ahead and extend Ballard for another 6 years, because we give him at least another year or two to figure it out, right? New players, new coaches, new schemes. Let's give him another year or two to figure it out.
He's got to figure out with the whole team, but individually, we're gonna evaluate Latu. I give everybody 3 years. That's why I'm giving AR 1 more year.
Okay. Yeah. I respect that. I like that 3 year mark.
3 year. Look, rookie, sophomore, and then you got to show me what you're made of.
All right.
Some players get close to that prime. Yeah, you got to show me by 3rd year you made of it. But Latu's got a while. AD Mitchell's got a while. AR is, like you said, make or break it. But I think he's gonna make it. I think he is.
Let's hope so, dog. I think this could be his year. Let's make it happen.
12-win season for the Colts coming up with all these breakout players.
I can't wait to throw those playoff stats in there for next year. I'm like, that team wasn't in the playoffs. That don't matter.
Hey, if we make the playoffs, I think that's hype. I know you'll hate that. Well, I think you'll like it if it's a home game, right?
Oh yeah, if it's a home game, I love it.
Okay, I was about to say, like, if it's a home. Now, if we're on the road in the wild card, and we gotta go see the Ravens.
I'm not going to Baltimore. I'm just gonna pick up extra shift at work. So I'm not just kidding.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to have a home game. You know how you get a home game? Don't you just win the AFC South?
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
You just do that, right?
Something we don't know about.
Yeah.
Starts week 1. I think the schedule comes out this week too. So yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna see
this
just how important. Yeah, we have to talk about that later on this week.
And we're gonna talk about that.
For sure.
Colts Nation. Hey, those are our 3 players. Let us know what you think in the comments. If you are on YouTube, if you're on Spotify, I think Spotify. Yeah, Spotify does comments. But if you're on YouTube, of course, if you've gotten this far, at like the 24-minute mark, if you've gotten this far, go ahead and hit that like button. Shoot that subscribe. Even if you're a guest, go create an account so you know anytime we drop an episode, because we be dropping them. And then comment below with your thoughts. That's going to be it for us, everyone. Thanks for listening to the Colts cast. Y'all take care.